Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to give you my top 10 favorite horror movies of 1980. So sit back, relax, let the show begin. Number 10 is Dario Argento's Inferno. I love Argento movies, especially his 70s and 80s films. They have such a unique looking style. The one thing that always stopped me from calling Argento one of my favorite filmmakers of all time is his music selection. Most of the time he throws you off with his choices. And in Inferno, there's a few moments like that. It's a beautiful looking film, one of my favorite Argento films of all time. The first half is excellent. The second half drags a bit at times, but still a solid horror movie all around. Number 9 is The Hearse. This is a fun little horror film. I rewatched it recently again to make sure it deserves to be on this list, and it does. The full movie is on YouTube. Go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. It's about a woman who inherits her dead aunt's house, and when she moves in, strange things start to happen. She also finds out that her aunt was dabbling in the occult, and the people in the town didn't like her too much. There's some great eerie moments. I still enjoy this movie today. Number 8 is Prom Night. I don't watch this one as much as most films, but every time I do, I have a good time. It's starring Jamie Lee Curtis, aka the Scream Queen. This is a great little horror film. It's extremely dark. I love the school location. School settings at night are always eerie. It's got a decent twist ending when the killer is revealed. It's not quite a classic, but definitely one of the better horror movies of 1980. Number 7 is The Changeling. Starring George C. Scott, you may remember him from Exorcist 3. The Changeling is a movie I enjoy still today. After our main character loses his family in a car accident, he moves into a new house, only to realize that the house is haunted. I love the scene where he discovers the secret room where the boy was killed, and that wheelchair is terrifying. Check it out if you haven't seen this one. Number 6 is Fade to Black. Starring Dennis Christopher. You may remember him best from It, the 1990 TV movie. There's also a few scenes with a young Mickey Rourke. It's pretty cool. This is such a fun movie. Our main character is obsessed with movies, so much so that his life becomes a movie. He starts to slowly lose it. And it's just such a fun little hidden gem. It's a must-watch if you haven't seen it. Number 5 is Maniac, starring Joe Spinell, who also wrote this movie, by the way. This is a disturbing masterpiece on a budget of $300,000. It would go on to make over $10 million. It's a great horror film. Joe Spinell is terrifying in this role. He's a great actor. Played many small roles in big movies like Rocky and Godfather, and sadly died in 1989. This is by far his best performance. Tom Savini has a small role as well, where he gets his head blown off. It's a really effective effect by Tom Savini himself. This is just a great movie, must see. Number 4 is The Unseen. This is a fantastic film. 3 women go to a small town to cover a small event for their news broadcast, but when they find out that their hotel reservations weren't taken properly, they have nowhere to stay. So a seemingly nice man offers residence in his home, but what they don't know is there's something in the basement that wants to play with them. It's a great little movie. Check it out. The full movie's on YouTube. Number 3 is John Carpenter's The Fog. Originally, this was supposed to release in 1979, but was released early 1980 instead. It's a fantastic little ghost story, and although it didn't reach the numbers at the box office like Halloween did, it still was a huge hit. Also, Carpenter wasn't happy with the original cut and had to do a lot of reshoots. It still holds up today and has become a cult classic. I love the atmosphere, and Carpenter's music score is top-notch. If only Argento could implement Carpenter type of music in his movies, they would hold up 100 times better. The Fog is fantastic. Number 2 is Friday the 13th. The original classic is still one of my favorite horror movies today. Sean S. Cunningham, like everyone else at the time, was heavily influenced by John Carpenter and tried to jump on the success of Halloween and make his own horror film. Although not nearly as masterfully filmed as John Carpenter's Halloween, Friday the 13th is still a terrific horror film. The camp setting is perfect, the cast is believable, and the shock ending is timeless. Absolute classic. Number 1 is Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. The Shining is phenomenal. I still watch it a ton today, especially when there's a snowstorm outside. I love the isolated location, and to watch Jack Nicholson crack is award-winning stuff. And to fully understand this movie, you must understand that everything that happens at the Overlook Hotel is Jack Nicholson's new book. He's writing his book based on what he's heard about the place and he's incorporating himself and his family in the story. You're watching what he is writing, basically. That was the original intentions of Stanley Kubrick. The Shining is a masterpiece. Anyways, so that's the list, guys. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.